Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of College Ball with J-Dog. We got some stuff to talk about today, y'all. Looks like Tennessee may be dialed in on that starting quarterback they've been looking for. If we land him, y'all, this is a big fish. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this guy, if we land him, will be even better for us than Sam Leavitt would be. And Leavitt was the number one guy in the portal, y'all. We're going to talk about that. We got the playoff, probably expanding to 16 for next season. Maybe even more teams in the future. Will that ruin the sport we love? I'm going to give you my take on it. You got leaked NIL deals in the Ole Miss locker room, y'all. It's causing a rift. They've had a few guys enter the portal since this report come out. The day and age we live in, y'all. College sports is a wild, wild west. We're also going to talk about some Tennessee intel from the portal. We got a couple guys that's looking like we're going to land. Before we do any of that, y'all make sure you do that YouTube stuff for me. Hit that subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. Get in that comment section. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're up to 70. If y'all get me to 100 by the end of February, I will do a show in whatever y'all want me to do. Let's get into it. That's enough rambling, y'all. Has Tennessee found their big fish starting quarterback? It's looking like it's possible, y'all. Duke quarterback Darian Mensah has Duke scared that he may enter the portal, y'all. It says Duke has concerns that star quarterback Darian Mensah could enter the transfer portal. Multiple sources tell Matt Zenitz and CBS Sports. Mensah finished second in FBS this season with almost 4,000 passing yards and 34 touchdowns, y'all. He also did not throw many picks. I think it was like 7 or 8. He did have one bad game, I think, against Virginia. Y'all, if Heupel pulls this off at the last minute, this would be absolutely huge. Mensah is one of the best quarterbacks in the country. No questions asked. He started his career at Tulane. Started there as a true freshman. Had a really good year. Last year he transferred to Duke. Was second in the nation in passing yards, y'all. And also threw 34 touchdowns at Duke. What do y'all think he could do in this Josh Heupel offense with these 5- and 4-star receivers, y'all? I think it'd be a match made in heaven. And the reason I say that it could be even better than Sam Leavitt would have been in this offense is because we don't know if Sam Leavitt's going to be 100%, y'all. Sam Leavitt will miss spring practice, so Sam Leavitt will only have fall camp to learn LSU's offense. And him getting back to 100% is not a for sure thing, y'all. They've said that he probably won't get back to 100%. Best he'll probably get back to is 90%. That's why Kiffin went and got the other quarterback from USC, Hassan, as an insurance policy in case Sam Leavitt doesn't get back to 100% or Sam Leavitt gets hurt again this year. Sam Leavitt has had an injury history. If Heupel pulls this off, y'all, watch out for the Vols next year. We've addressed the defensive side of the ball, y'all. The only thing we need to add to this team is the starting quarterback. So if Duke quarterback Darian Mensah enters the portal, y'all, it's a very big possibility he ends up at Tennessee. I cannot overstate how huge that would be for this team. That's the only thing we're missing right now. And I know George McIntyre, very talented redshirt freshman next year. We've got to add a quarterback no matter what. And one of the guys is Navarro from Ohio. Not Ohio State, the Ohio Bobcats. Would be a guy we'd add as a depth piece to come in and compete with McIntyre and Faison Brandon if we can't land the big fish. So that's two options at quarterback right there. Darian Mensah, Navarro from Ohio. He actually played for Josh Heupel when Josh Heupel was coaching at UCF. Navarro did. We don't want a depth piece, y'all. We want that star. If we can get Darian Mensah, this team will be a playoff contender going into next year. And we still got other guys we're looking at too, y'all. But Darian Mensah would be the cherry on top of the cake, y'all. Are y'all as excited about Darian Mensah being a possibility as I am? Are y'all familiar with Darian Mensah? I know Duke's not a team a lot of casual fans watch. If you're a college football fanatic, college football crazy, you're familiar with Darian Mensah, and you know how huge this would be for Tennessee football, y'all. He would be a redshirt sophomore next year. But the thing about that is he's probably entering the NFL draft after next season. So that's not going to run off McIntyre or Brandon, y'all. We're wanting a guy that's a 1 year and done type of guy. I know Mensah still has a couple of years left, but he is eligible for the draft after this season coming up. And if he's putting up 4,000 yards and 34 touchdowns at Duke, he can match those numbers in Tennessee's offense, y'all. Heupel can plug in a quarterback and have a top 10 offense. I mean, almost any quarterback Heupel's had has led us to a top 10 offense. I'm pumped about this, y'all. I saw this report right before I got on here. How do y'all feel about Darian Mensah being Tennessee's quarterback next year? Would that make you feel good? Make you feel great? Do you think we're still pieces away from competing for a playoff, even if we do add him? There's reports, y'all, that the playoff will expand to 16 teams next year. Here's the kicker to that, y'all. Apparently, all the commissioners of each conference wants to go to 16 next year. But they want it to stay at 16 for a while. Tony Petitti of the Big Ten, he's only willing to agree with the 16-team playoff if they all agree to go to 24 within 2 to 3 years, y'all. I thought 12 was good. I was happy at 12. I think 12 is good. This year, you can make a case that Notre Dame got screwed, Vandy got screwed, even let's throw Texas in there. Because that's one of the teams a lot of people got screwed. So, okay, say we go to 16. If we do go to 16, it should stop there. You should not go past 16 teams. If you go to 24 teams, the regular season don't mean shit. What makes college football so special? That the regular season matters so much. You know if you lose more than 2 games, you're probably not going to make the playoffs. When it was 4 teams and 2 teams, the regular season meant even more because 1 loss, you already felt like you was in do or die mode, y'all. 1 loss. If you lost 2, you knew you had no chance of playing for a national title. Now, if you lose 3, you're more than likely out. Well, if you go to 16, 1 or 2 3-loss teams will probably get in every year. I'm fine with 16. But if you go to 24, the regular season will be so watered down that viewership will drop because these games will not be important until the last week or 2 of the season. You have so many teams that'll have a chance to get in with 3 and 4 losses that the regular season will be so watered down that it'll kill viewership. That's my honest opinion. We're already on the path of losing a lot of fans with the transfer portal and NIL. Because NIL was supposed to be you could make money off of being in the video game or your jersey sales or signing autographs. Well, all it's turned into is pay for play. And then they went from you have to sit out a year if you transfer, to you can transfer without sitting out a year, to you can transfer 10 times and never have to sit out. They just keep going further and further and further from the sport that we all fell in love with. If you want to go to 16 teams, I'm not going to object to that too much. 16 teams, I think would be perfect. You'd still have the 17th, 18th ranked teams. They would whine and say they should have been in. It don't matter how far you go. There's going to be teams that feel like they got left out, y'all. If you're going to go to 24, you might as well, then they'll go to 32. Then it'll be the NCAA tournament eventually, the basketball tournament, March Madness, where they let 68 teams in. What fun is that for college football? Nobody will care about the regular season. All you'll care about is the last few weeks in the playoffs. The 12-team playoff already killed bowl games. Bowl games don't mean shit. Players don't care about bowl games. Half of them don't even play in bowl games, or they're already in the transfer portal, or getting ready for the NFL. How do y'all feel about the football expansion, y'all? The playoff expansion. Y'all think they should go to 16 teams? Y'all think they should go to 24? Apparently, we will be going to 16 teams next year. I want to know if that means that Greg Sankey, Yurchek, and Phillips from the Big 12, SEC, and ACC agreed to go to 24 teams in the next 2 or 3 years. Because if they go to 24 teams, y'all, the sport we know is on the verge of death. It's already there with the transfer portal, players transfer, and all that, NIL. It's already going to be on life support in a few years if they don't figure out NIL and transfer. And then you're going to add 2014 playoff to the mix. I'm sure some of y'all probably like a 2014 playoff, but you're not thinking about the big picture if you want that many teams in the playoffs. We should not have that many teams in a playoff. I thought 12 was too much. I thought they should have went with 8. If they're going to go to 16, I'm fine with 16. There should be no buys. You got 16 teams. You got 8 first-round games, no buys. The top 8 teams get home games. Then the second round could be the bowl games. Teams are starting to figure out that the bye is not good. Teams that's got a bye in the 12-team playoffs the last 2 years are 1-7. The only team that got a bye that won a game is Indiana. Because you got some teams like Oregon, they get to play a warm-up game against James Madison. And then Texas Tech gets like 27 days off. Then Oregon just got a tune-up game against a group of 5 team, and then they go play Texas Tech and beat their ass. Teams are starting to get to where they do not want a first-round bye, especially when 2 group of 5 teams get in and 2 teams get a warm-up game in the first round before they go play you the next week. If we go to 16, there needs to be some kind of writing where only 1 group of 5 team gets in, no matter what. We should never have 2 group of 5 teams in. I don't think any group of 5 teams should get in unless they're ranked high enough. The group of 5 needs to do their own playoff. That would bring in them way more money if they did their own playoff. And we quit acting like they're playing the same sport, because they're not. Especially not anymore. They get a couple of good players. They don't keep them for 2 or 3, 4 years. They get them for 1 year, and then they're transferring to Tennessee or Ohio State or LSU, Georgia. Group of 5 teams don't keep the good players they get no more because of the transfer portal. There's a lot of things college football needs to figure out within the next 5 years, y'all, before it's really on life support. I know I said it already is, but they're living off the good graces that they built up with fans during the last 50, 60 years. But if it keeps going on this track, y'all, college football will be a sport that's viewership starts dipping. I hate it. I would hate it. It's my favorite sport, obviously. I spend my time talking to y'all about it on here. But it's not a very bright future unless some things change. And the first thing is collective bargaining, to where players actually have to honor the contracts they sign. Number 2 is the transfer rule. Give them one free transfer, and then after that, you have to sit out a year. You're not going to transfer 3, 4 times if you have to sit out a year after you transfer the first time. The NCAA went from being too strict on everything to having no rules whatsoever. They hired some group to look into NIL deals and see if it's just pay for play. And if it is, they're supposed to say, nope, we're vetoing this. And then what happens then? Nothing, because the school will sue the hell out of them and the judge will say, no, you can't tell them they can't pay this kid money. Boom. So until there's collective bargaining and you can actually enforce some rules, we're going to live in this world for the next at least 3 to 4 years, y'all. I just hope we make it out on the other side with all the fans still around. Are y'all a fan of expanding to 16 or even 24? I'm not. I'll be okay with 16, but if we go to 24, I'll absolutely hate it. I think we should stick to 12 for at least 5 more years and see how that goes. But kick the group of 5 out of it so you actually get the best top 12 teams in the country. Not have 2 pity teams get in because they was highest ranked conference champs. It's like Nick Saban said, if you're not in the top 15, you shouldn't be in the playoff period. I think if you're not in the top 12, you shouldn't get in. No matter what conference you're in, whatever. We're going to really try to crown the national championship from the best teams. It should just be the top 12 teams that get in. Give the top 4 Power 4 conference champs their spot and put the other 8 in and let's go. I'm not happy about them expanding, y'all, especially if it means in 2 to 3 years we go to 24 teams. The TDRA punked Greg Sankey once and made him give in and put the SEC at 9 conference games. If he punks Sankey again and Sankey gives in to 24 teams, Greg Sankey needs to be fired. Greg Sankey is supposed to have the most power, but he's sitting there giving in to Petiti and being Petiti's little bitch. Greg Sankey, he wanted 9 games, but the coaches and the athletic directors wanted to stay at 8 games in conference. But what Sankey do? Give in to Petiti, make us play 9 conference games next year. Now it's pretty sure they've done agreed to 16 teams next year. If Sankey and them gave in on the 24 teams in 2 or 3 years, Sankey should be fired tomorrow. Apparently, Ole Miss players' NIL deals got leaked to the locker room, y'all. And it's causing a big problem for Ole Miss right now. It says NIL drama. Ole Miss player contracts and agreements have been leaked. Allegedly, newer guys are making more than returning players and people aren't happy. And since this, a starting linebacker, their best edge rusher, Prince, And a couple other guys have already hit the portal, y'all. It's a crazy world we live in right now. They're paying all these guys that they got to come in from the transfer portal more money than the guys that decided to stay. And when them numbers get out, it's going to cause a rift in the locker room. How these got leaked, I have no idea. Ole Miss fans are saying Lane Kiffin leaked them. I don't know how Lane Kiffin would have them numbers. That's just sour grapes. I understand. As a Tennessee fan, I can't stand Lane Kiffin either. I hate Ole Miss had to learn the hard way about how Lane Kiffin is. Don't be surprised if more Ole Miss players enter the portal before it closes, y'all. Unless Ole Miss figures it out and pays the returning guys the same they're giving the incoming guys. Because you know that's going to piss you off. If you're a player on a team already that you just helped go to the semifinals in the college football playoffs, and then they're bringing guys into the portal making more than you when you've already put in the work and helped them get to new heights as a program, that's going to piss you off. I mean, put yourself in that position. Say you worked somewhere for 3 years. You've got their business booming. You're one of the best employees. Then they hire somebody in off the streets, and you find out that he's making more money than you. Are you going to be pissed off? Are you going to tell them, you better give me a raise or I'm going to leave? Or are you just going to sit there and take it? And that's the same position that the returning players are in with the new players. I can't blame them for being mad. Like I said, they've been there. They put the work in. They helped Ole Miss get to the highest they've ever been in college football. They was a one play away from playing for a national title, y'all. And then you're going to pay players that wasn't here this year more than you're paying us? That's a slap in the face, y'all. But that's college football these days. It's the wild, wild west, y'all. Let's talk about winners and losers in the portal, y'all. This is just my list. This is my list I put together. We got losers. I got Bama. Bama's ranked at 34th. They got 10 guys committed in the portal right now. Their rating is 86-67. That's pretty low compared to a lot of other SEC's teams. Nebraska, 15 guys. They're ranked 36th. They're a little higher than Alabama at 86.86. Vandy, I got Vandy on this list because I figured they could turn this 10-win season into a big haul in the portal and use it as momentum for next season. They did sign the number one quarterback in the country out of high school in Jared Curtis, but his uncle played for Vandy, I'm pretty sure. They've only got 13 guys. They're ranked 39th, and their rating is 86.5, y'all. Miami, their rating is very high. They're playing for a national title, so I'm not sure they've been able to put as much time and effort into the portal as they should. But, y'all, they got 4 guys. Their rating's very high at 90.25. That's one of the highest in the portal. But they've only got 4 guys. And the portal closes, I think, today or tomorrow. So they got a lot of catching up to do. Your portal winners, you got LSU. They got 29 commits and an 88.52 rating, y'all. They're number one because of the amount of guys they've got. Ole Miss has 19 guys with an 89 rating, so their rating's actually higher than LSU's is. But that's pissed off the players they got on their team because somehow the numbers were leaked. They got Tennessee. We only got 10 guys, and our rating is 88.62. The reason I put us as a winner is because of how good we have replenished the defensive side of the football. We made huge moves improving our defense in the portal. And our rating, there's only about 8 or 9 teams with the higher rating per player than Tennessee right now. Texas, 15 guys. They got 90.6 rating. When they got Cam Coleman and Hollywood Smothers, that was a huge deal for Texas. Texas is one of the big winners in the portal. Notre Dame, they've only brought in 7 guys, but they're at 92.29. They brought in some of the top guys out of the portal. With recruiting and transfer portal, Notre Dame is sitting at number 1 right now. I still say they need to join a conference. If they lose a game or two, they should not be in the playoffs until they join a conference. But they're a winner in the portal right now. Oregon is ranked 33, but they've only got 7 guys right now at the 90 average. What are y'all's thoughts on that list? Do y'all think I left a team off? Do y'all think I put somebody in the winner column that should have been in the loser column? Or should I have added more to the loser column and the winner column? Y'all tell me y'all's winners and losers in the portal in the comment section. I think that list is pretty spot on, but that's my list, so of course I'm going to. Y'all give me y'all's list. We got a little bit of Tennessee portal intel, y'all, before we head out. One thing I want to show you before we talk about Tennessee is West Virginia, y'all. Look at the amount of players West Virginia has brought in this class. They have brought in 75 guys. They have 75 commits between high school and the portal, y'all. That's a whole new football team. This says that's more players than you're allowed to take to away games. Rich Rod trying to turn that thing around. He's trying to turn it around quick, y'all. My buddy is a West Virginia fan. I do think Rich Rod will get that program turned around. They signed some really nice players, but that is absolutely crazy. 75 players in one class. I seen that and I couldn't believe it. Let's talk about the next players I think Tennessee will sign. You've got West Virginia transfer offensive lineman Donovan Haslam. I think he will be involved. We have the crystal ball prediction for him. He's a big guy. I think he's like 6'3", 250 pounds or something. Big guy. He's very versatile. He's played offensive tackle. He's played offensive guard. Appalachian State transfer safety DJ Burks. I think we land him. I think he's coming in as more of a depth piece. He played for Maryville High School. If you're from Tennessee, you know Maryville High School has been one of the best high school football teams in Tennessee for the last 20, 30 years. We've also got a running back. Javen Gordon from Tulane. He was a freshman this year. He rushed for, I think, 500 yards as a freshman, 4 yards per carry. I think he will commit, and that'll be the running back that we've been trying to get. We've tried to get a running back. Haven't come to terms with the deal anybody yet, but I think he's a ball lock as well. So that's 3 guys that I think will be committed to Tennessee by tomorrow. But the big one we need, y'all, Darian Mensah, Duke quarterback. If he enters the portal with the do not contact tag, you know where he's going. And Heupel's landed the big fish at quarterback. And Tennessee is back to being a playoff contender next year. Y'all let me know y'all's thoughts in the comment section. Do you think Mensah would be as great for Tennessee as I do? How do you feel about the playoff expanding? Are you against it? Are you for it? Who's your portal winners? Who's your portal losers? If you don't do nothing before you click off this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button for me. Get in that comment section. I love interacting with y'all. Even if you pull for other teams, I like to interact with you. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hope y'all have a great Friday. God bless you. And as always, go Vols.